Hi, second grade readers. We are back to the next adventurous chapter of Magic on the Map. Let's Move by Courtney Scheinmel and Bianca Turetsky, illustrated by Stevie Lewis. Molly and Finn had just realized they were now in Colorado, not their home state of Ohio anymore. They had traveled there, remember, by the camper and the pet screen that was talking to them. So let's see what happens next. Chapter 5, The Most Famous Cow in Colorado. The twins walked back outside. Why did you interrupt me? Finn asked his sister. Because we don't need help anymore, Molly replied. You heard what the man said. Finn looked at Molly, not remembering. He said, nice work, Molly reminded Finn. That means our work here is done. Oh, right, Finn smiled. They could go home. The part I don't understand, Molly continued, is how we can be in Colorado. It takes at least 7 minutes to drive from our house to the next town over. I don't think Pet was traveling that long. Maybe Pet can go faster than a car, Finn said. Araldus Chapman can throw a fastball over 100 miles an hour. Who's Araldus Chapman? Molly asked. He was a pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds before he was traded to the New York Yankees, Finn said. Duh. We're not talking about baseball, Molly said. And besides, even if Pet is faster than a car, there's no way we would have crossed, she paused to count in her head, 5 state borders that quickly. Maybe you're wrong, Finn said. Maybe Colorado isn't that far away. Maybe it's right next to Ohio. I got 100% on all our geography quizzes. Remember? Molly said. Colorado is definitely 5 states from home. It's bordered by Utah, Wyoming, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, and New Mexico. Finn lowered his head. You sound like a textbook, he muttered. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That man said, nice work. As soon as we find Pet, we can go home. Mom and Dad will be worried if they wake up and we're not there. They crossed the pasture to where they'd left the camper. But all they saw were tire tracks. Pet, they both called. The camper was nowhere in sight. The wind blew across the deserted field. No, how are they going to get home? Here, Pet, Finn said. Oh, Pet, come here. Come on, camper, 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 Molly added. But it was no use. I'm still freezing, Finn said. Maybe we should go see Cliff in the general store. I could use a new jacket. Molly didn't have a better idea, so they headed over to the Snowflake Ranch general store. They pulled open a heavy red door that had a cattle horn as a handle. Inside the store, there were shelves of plaid shirts and blue jeans. There was a sales counter in the back, and behind the counter, a man was dusting rows and rows of cowboy hats. Excuse me, Finn called. The man turned around. Well, howdy, he said, tipping his cowboy hat in greeting. Are you Cliff? Molly asked. Sure am, the man said. I'm the owner of this here store. Have been for 25 years. How can I help you? Helen sent us to get some hats, Molly said. Yeah, and I would like a jacket too, Finn said. You two must be going on the cattle drive, Cliff said. Well, let me tell you something. You make sure to keep your eye on Snowflake, you hear? Snowflakes? Finn said. You mean it's going to be cold enough for snowflakes? Cliff let out a loud laugh. Not snowflakes, he said. The snowflake. They say no snowflake is the same, and that sure is true of our snowflake. What is he talking about? So the name of the ranch is Snowflake Ranch. Cliff, the hat seller, or the man at the general store, they sell hats and other things, just said, watch out for Snowflake, but he said it wasn't snowing. They say no snowflake is the same, and that sure is true of our snowflake. She's a 5-time blue ribbon winner. You haven't lived until you've tasted the cheese made from her milk. We had cheesy scrambled eggs for breakfast, Molly said. They were amazing. The best ever, Finn agreed. That's cheese from Snowflake, all right, Cliff said. Those executives from Easy Cheesy have been trying to get their hands on her for years. They want to hook her up to the machines and milk her dry. But we're not selling. She makes just enough for those of us at the ranch to enjoy. She deserves to roam free in the mountains, not to be living in some factory." "Ah, I get it," Molly said. "Snowflake is a—" Did you guess it? Snowflake is a cow. "That's right," Cliff said. "Our pride and joy." He gestured to the t-shirts, mugs, and bumper stickers in the display case under the counter. Everything had a picture of a white cow on it. "She's the most famous cow in all of Colorado." "She looks nice," Finn said. As far as he was concerned, cows weren't mean or nice. They were just cows. But he could tell Snowflake meant a lot to Cliff. "That she is," he said. "Now, let's get on with things here." He stepped out from behind the counter and grabbed a couple of dark blue jean jackets from a rack. "I think these should fit." "Thanks," Finn said. "Wait," said Molly. "Do we need to pay for these? We didn't bring any money." "If you're going on the cattle drive, it's all included," Cliff said. "So let's talk hats. You're going to have to pick up your own. Every rancher should pick out his or her own hat." Cliff's arm swept toward the rows of cowboy hats in all different sizes and colors. Molly gasped when she spotted one that matched her friendship bracelet, a blue straw hat with a purple band around the rim. "That one," she said, "definitely." But Finn wasn't sure. He tried on a straw hat, a felt hat, a wide brim hat, a 10-gallon hat. Nothing felt quite right. His worn moonwalker's cap was like a part of his head, and he didn't want to give it up. "I think I'll hold on to my own hat," he finally decided. "No shame in that," Cliff said. "Here's some snacks for your pack. It's going to be a long day." Cliff handed them a paper bag filled with beef jerky, red and black licorice twists, and 2 ice-cold bottles of water. "You don't want to be late," Cliff said, and with that, he pushed them out the door. Tomorrow, Chapter 6, Howdy Partner, awaits us.